afternoon, Aurora, and welcome to the AES News. I'm Gavin.
And I am Sydney. Today we'll be reporting on the Revolutionary War.
And now off to Luke. How's it going with the Townsend Acts, Luke?
Hi, I'm Luke reporting from Great Britain. I'm going to be talking about the Townsend Act. The Townsend Act was made up by the British government. The Townsend Act was a series of laws passed by the British government in 1767. If you don't know why they made this up, the reason is that the British wanted to get the colonies to pay for themselves. Now, if I have to pay for my tea extra, it's not going to happen. I'm going to rob your store, you know? The Townsend Act was specifically to pay for salaries of officials, such as governors and judges. They passed the law because they just kept trying. How would you feel if you had to pay these taxes? And now over to you, Caden and Ethan.
Hi, I'm Caden Thompson, reporting live about the Stamp Act in the British Parliament and interviewing Ethan Foreman.
Hello everybody, I am Ethan Foreman.
Well, what is the Stamp Act, Ethan?
The Stamp Act is when the British government taxed the American colonists, which required all American colonists to pay a tax on printed paper.
Okay, then why did the Stamp Act happen?
Well, the Stamp Act of 1765 was a tax to help the British pay for the French in the New War.
Well, I figured out that they had to pay a tax on all printed paper.
Yes, that's right.
Well, that's it for now. Over to Griffin and Malin.
This is Malin Bressert reporting live from Boston Massacre. Now over to you.
Here in Boston, Massachusetts, it is March 5th, 1770, a snowy day when a couple of boys began throwing snowballs and sticks at British private Hug White. Back to you, Malin.
Soon there were over 50 colonists involved in the Boston Massacre.
The Boston Massacre became a huge fight. It will go down in Boston history. For now, this is Griffin and Malin signing off.
Hi, I'm Kaylee Miller.
And I'm Sophie Ferguson, reporting live at Boston Tea Party.
The Native Americans, as you can see here, are throwing the tea overboard. I am here in front of the 3 British ships in the Boston Harbor on the day of December 16, 1773.
They didn't pass the for taxes. The Native Americans were fierce, so they went on the 3 British ships and threw the tea overboard. If you had to pick, what side would you be on, Native Americans or British?
Back to you.
I'm Brielle Colvin Booth here in front of Carpenter's Hall. The Continental Congress was a conversation of delegates called together from 13 colonies. A group of people went up against the most strongest army in the world and defeated them. It happened in 1774 through 1789 and started September 5th, 1774 in 3 carnations. Patrick Henry, George Washington, John Adams, and John Jay were on the Continental Congress. They had the Continental Congress because delegates from each of the 13 colonies, except Georgia, sent representatives to what is now called the First Continental Congress. They met in secret because they did not want the British to know that the colonies were uniting. The Second Continental Congress was a convention of delegates from the 13 colonies that started meeting in the spring of 1775 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Why did they have the Second Continental Congress? Now back to Gavin and Cindy.
I'm Gavin Cadell, and the Declaration of Independence was signed on this day, July 4th, 1776. The Declaration of Independence announces all 13 colonies as sovereign states. It was signed here at the Pennsylvania State House in Philadelphia. It was written by Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, Roger Sherman, John Adams, and Robert R. Livingston. The Declaration of Independence was written so that our wonderful 13 colonies could become states of the United States, not the United Kingdom. It was written by our Congress, picking a committee to write why the 13 colonies wanted independence. I'm Gavin Cadell. Now back to Delaney and Jaden.
Hi, my name is Delaney.
And I'm Jaden.
News time. Today we
We're going to tell you about the flag of the United States. In the spring of 1776, Betsy Ross, acquainted with George Washington, created the United States flag.
This took place in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
This happened in order to establish an official flag for the new nation.
In June of 1776, George Washington, Robert Morris, George Ross, and other members of the committee visited Betsy to talk about the need for a flag.
Sketch plus good knitting equals flag.
That's all
From Fun Fact Studios, here's the question of the day. What do you think the British felt?
To Cindy and Gavin.
This just in. It looks like there are fights breaking out all over the colonies.
Let's go to Brinley and Ethan at the Battle of Lexington and Concord.
Hello, my name is Ethan, and I'm in Lexington, Massachusetts, where the Battle of Lexington and Concord was fought.
Hi, my name is Brinley. Did you know that the Battle of Lexington Concord was on April 19th, 1775?
The U.S. Army and the British Army fought in Lexington and Concord, and the U.S. Army won.
The reason of the battle is because of all the acts that King George III formed. It also is because of the Boston Tea Party and the resistance of King George III.
On April 19, 1775, the British soldiers marched into Lexington, Massachusetts. At the end, 700 soldiers died in battle. For right now, Ethan and Brinley signing off in Lexington, Massachusetts.
Off to Sydney.
Reporting live from the Battle of Bunker Hill, I am Cindy Watkins, and here with me is Libby Denvers.
Here behind us is what we have the British and Americans fighting because British General William Howe wanted to get even with the Americans.
We are at Charleston, Boston, and today is June 17th, 1775.
The British attacked the Americans because they wanted to get even with each other.
The British defeated the Americans at the Battle of Bunker Hill.
This was a very important piece of history. Signing off, I am Libby McVimmers.
And I am Cindy Watkins.
Hi, I'm Lana Pratchett reporting about the Battle of Saratoga. Here with me is...
Josh Vale. Thanks, Lana. This battle was fierce.
You got that right. Well, we have
General Whittle Gates and
General John Bergen.
there were two battles at the Battles of Saratoga. The first one was at Lehman's Farm, and the second was at Venus Heights.
The battle started on September 19, 1777, and ended October 7, 1777.
Yeah, Lana. It lasted about a month and 26 days. While moving on, the battles started because British General Burgoyne had come up with a plan.
He would split the colonists in two along the Hudson River.
That must be very long, right?
Yes, Josh, back to you.
The battles of Saratoga, the surrender of the British Army,
Under General Bergen
was
was one of the major turning points of the Revolutionary War.
well. This is the news report about the battles of Saratoga. Here with me is Josh Fair,
And me, Lana Pratchett.
hopefully no more battles.
Yeah.
Back to you, Cindy.
Hi, I'm Landon Walden on the air live in Yorktown, Virginia. It is quite the coincidence that I am in all this gunfire between the British and the colonies. This was an important battle in American history with George Washington taking over Charles Cornwallis. September 28th, 1781 is the exact date of this battle here. Here is a fact. The reason this happened is so the American colonies can have liberty and freedom against Great Britain. That's it for me. Over to you, Olivia and Bree.
I'm Lydia White here with
Rebuild. We are reporting here live in Paris.
We are here because it is September 3rd, 1783, the day of the signing of the Treaty of Paris.
Signing the Treaty of Paris has Ben Franklin,
King George III,
John Adams,
John Jay,
Thomas Jefferson.
and Henry Lawrence.
What we are here for is the negotiation between the United States and Great Britain.
This peace treaty will end the Revolutionary War.
The Treaty of Paris is signed with the famous Colpin.
I wish I could sign the Treaty of Paris.
It's Reveal.
And Lydia Widener signing out.
That wraps up our coverage of the Revolutionary War.
I am Cindy Watkins.
And I'm Gavin Connell.
Good
Good night and have a pleasant tomorrow.